Alright, everybody. It's time to dunk on those goddamn Brit Bonger TERFs. Oh, these are my favorite segments. Oh, I love these ones. So, it's been a little while. Last time we dunked on the TERFs, we were dunking on J.K. Rowling, but today, we're going to be focusing a little less on J.K. Rowling, though she will still be, part of this, and more so on a different British TERF figure that I've been meaning to discuss for a long time, but have just kind of put off because she was really irrelevant up until this recent wave of anti-trans hate. Like, she was kind of niche until recently. Now she's gotten a lot more, attention, a lot more clout, and there's a lot more people who know about her. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Kelly J. Keane, also known as Posey Parker, alright? Now this lady is, like, if you took the idea of a TERF and Flanderized it to its most absurd level, right? Like, I'm talking, the accent is the most annoying, nasally, like, just middle-aged, wine mom British accent sound you've ever heard. She looks exactly as Karen-y as you would imagine her. Everything that comes out of her mouth is like vile sewage spewing out of an asshole. She is the TERF. If you think J.K. Rowling is the TERF, you're about to have your mind blown. Anyway, before I can introduce you to the lady herself, I want to introduce you to her friends. Alright, I want to introduce you to her friends. Now, obviously, Kelly J. Keane, Posey Parker, is friends with J.K. Rowling. That's obvious. However, one of J.K. Rowling and Posey's mutual friends is this woman that you're about to see, alright? Now, if you're curious what the state of anti-trans rhetoric is in the West right now, like what it's at, where it's at right now, then you're about to find out.
Lie. Do you know the big lie? The big lie was first described by Adolf Hitler in Mein Kampf. The big lie is such a big lie that ordinary people like us think, well, that can't be a lie, because I'd never tell any as big a lie as that. We only lie in small ways. The big lie, well, there is one big lie going on, and it was begun by men in the early part of the 20th century. It was began when they had an erotic fantasy, and they decided they were going to sell us the big lie. And what is the big lie? The big lie is trans women are...
So that's a little Mein Kampf quote, little Hitler book, little Hitler quote there. Yeah, little Mein Kampf quote there for the TERF movement. And in case you're curious, here's J.K. Rowling endorsing this person. J.K. Rowling saying, "We've all met progressive men who think male violence against women they don't agree with is a right old lie." Hold on, should I read this like a British I have to read this Britishly. Hold on. "We've all met progressive men who think male violence against women they don't agree with is a right old laugh. That's news. What's new is seeing them being this open about it. Maybe Humza will let you write his gags if you manage to get him elected. In it." Okay, so this is about something that you guys are about to witness in a moment. This is her reacting to something. I've already seen the video that we're about to react to, but I want your first, if you have not seen what Posey Parker herself looks like, okay? You guys are about to see the thing J.K. Rowling was reacting to here. If you have not seen what Posey Parker looks like, when you have not seen her in action, I cannot tell you how happy I am that this is going to be the first thing you see of her. Behold, this is her right here. That's tomato soup, by the way. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the person who souped her was literally a cis woman, by the way. So the hilarious thing about J.K. Rowling, like, concern trolling about, Posey Parker getting souped, is that the person who did it was a cis woman. So this idea that this was like some manly male action that happened to her is complete bullshit. A feminist activist did a non-violent, humiliating, form of assault, which it is assault, to be fair. It is technically assault on a bigot, on a public figure who uses their platform to spread bigotry and hate. Anyway, we've got a Pink News article about a recent trans rally that happened, or I should say anti-trans rally that happened. I believe it was the very same one you saw on video there in Australia, the home of the spiders and the emus. I'm telling you, the emus own that land. They won that war. The big anti-trans rally these TERFs hosted in Australia, it's about that. And some stuff happened, and we're going to go ahead and give it a read. Let me give us some music. Nazi salute to be banned in Victoria, Australia after disgusting gesture seen at anti-trans rally. A bunch of Nazis showed up to the anti-trans rally to march with them and do their Nazi salutes. Politicians in Victoria, Australia have said they will ban the Nazi salute after anti-trans protesters were seen making the obscene gesture at a Melbourne rally on Saturday, 18th of March. Remember, guys, it's always the same bad guy. Like, if you look back in all of recent history, like, it's always the same general ideology group of people that are the bad guy. Fighting against people, like, fighting to oppress people who are just trying to live their lives, okay? Never, ever forget, these people will be seen as the bad guys in the annals of history. They are on the wrong side of history. They always have been. It's the same group over and over and over again. They just have, for some reason, this level of plausible deniability that keeps people from realizing that. Extremists joined an event hosted by British anti-trans campaigner Kelly J. Keane, aka Posey Parker, better known as Okay, the article said better known as Posey Parker. I didn't even have to say it myself. Chanting white power, throwing Nazi salutes, and shouting slurs at LGBTQ+ counter-protesters. Around 30 members of the far-right National Socialist Movement, Nazi, attended the Let Women Speak event, which the West Australian estimated attracted a total of around 400 people. Damn, that's like the entire population of Australia. That's like all of you guys. Holy shit. The group were seen dressed in black and carrying a banner that read, "Destroy Pedo Freaks." Following appalling scenes where the Nazi salute was performed in front of Parliament House in Melbourne on Saturday, the Victoria government has said it will now move to ban the hateful gesture, a proposed law that the state's Attorney General claims will take some work to get right. The behavior we saw on the weekend was disgusting, cowardly, a sense of sadness, outrage, and disbelief all at once, Attorney General Jacqueline Symes told ABC Radio. It's clear this symbol is being used to incite hatred against a variety of people, a variety of minority groups. It's being used as a recruitment tool. Alright, I'm gonna say this now. The Nazi salute is obviously like a hate salute, and yeah, I don't disagree with any of that, but I don't agree with making it a crime to do it. Maybe this is a little bit too, like, centrist free speech absolutist of me, but do you guys remember the Count Dankula douchebag and his dog? He had his dog do the Nazi salute, and he got, like, fined for it, like, a bunch of money, and could have faced actual jail time. Like, when you do things like that, it just ends up turning people into martyrs. All this might do is end up producing a whole new Count Dankula situation. I disagree, Zan. Maybe in art, but not in public. Well, also art, that also counts, right? Like, you've got, maybe you're filming a movie where there's Nazis and they have to do the salute, right? No, I don't think that a literal movement of your physical body should be considered a crime. Like, the idea of doing a physical bodily movement alone, like, in any, like, that doesn't physically affect anybody, like, and making that a crime, like, that, no, come on. That's Orwellian. That's actually Orwellian. That's at that point, why shouldn't flipping someone off be considered a crime? It is in Dubai. Hey, you know what? Dubai's done that. Hey, let's model our country off of Dubai. Flipping someone off in Dubai is a crime. I'm pretty certain it is. Let's you know what? You guys are right. Let's follow Dubai. What a perfect model to build our laws off after. That's different, though. It's not somniostatic. It's not different. No, it's not. It's not different. It's not different. Giving someone the finger isn't the equivalent to Nazi group's salute. It is still... Okay, walking up to somebody in the street and screaming "fuck you" at them and like yelling at them, that's fighting words. There's certain states where you're legally justified to like get into a fight with someone if they like say fighting words. Like I think Texas is one of them. And on top of that, insulting somebody to that extent in public can be seen as assault because you're just like walking up to somebody and just screaming at them. Like in certain scenarios, depending on the cops, you can press charges for that. Like it can be seen as harassment or whatever. Why isn't like flipping someone off is just turning that sentiment into a symbol that you're doing with your physical body? That's the same thing as a salute, signifying like racial hatred. I'm sorry, but getting to the point where you start criminalizing salutes for a certain ideology, you're really getting into criminal territory, into like Orwellian territory. There's so much more. Like I feel like the line doesn't need to be drawn there, right? Like the Nazis are doing so much more that should be criminalized. That's not just doing a hand gesture, you know? Maybe if the law is written in such a way where it's specific enough that like it only ends up affecting Nazis doing rallies where they're like marching down the street Sieg Heiling. In that case, if that was the only effect of the law, then I guess I wouldn't have any issue with it, but I worry. I worry about these things. You must understand. Victoria's premier, Daniel Andrews, added that the group had appeared at the event to oppose trans rights because that's what Nazis do. Their evil ideology is to scapegoat minorities, and it's got no place here, and those who stand with them don't either, he said. Opposition leader John Pesutto has confirmed that the coalition is open to providing bipartisan support for a ban on Nazi salutes, The Guardian reported. Dr. Davir Abramovich, chairman of the Anti-Defamation Commission, backed the proposed law. I'm having a hard time reading right now because my eyes are like phasing out. Backed the proposed law, but added that the wording could be complex and would have to allow for certain exceptions, such as the portrayal of Nazis in plays and films. Okay, that's good. For example, artistic settings or educational settings where you are showing a play or a film. That is a question the government will need to navigate, he told The Guardian. The proposed ban will follow Victoria becoming the first Australian state to outlaw the public display of the Nazi swastika in December 2022. Jeez. Based, I guess. I mean, yeah, public display of the swastika is like degenerate as fuck. Like, the cringiest thing ever is when you live in the South and there are just Confederate flags everywhere. Even in, like, the suburbs, like on the outside of the city. Like you go to Tampa and you're in the suburbs, like where you can literally see the skyline of downtown Tampa in the distance. There are Confederate flags out front of people's houses. And those motherfuckers will pretend like they'll pretend like they believe the lost cause myth. That it wasn't really about slavery and that it was about states' rights or whatever. They'll defend that till their dying breath. A lot of kids in schools are also being taught that. I have a Confederate flag right down the road from me. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it. Yeah, the war of northern aggression shit is what they'll claim, yeah. Anyway, these people are genuinely just demonic. They really, really are. And it's always funny when bad things happen to them and we get to laugh at it. I'm really glad to see that at least media in Australia seems to be covering these TERFs well. And the fact that Nazis are coming out to march with these TERFs is certainly not making them look good. I know that one of the male TERF accounts on Twitter that has a pretty decent following was trying to cope about the Nazis marching with the TERFs in Australia by saying, wow, the trans people are so bad that even Nazis are against them. That was their cope. Saying that the Nazis marching with the TERFs was actually... It made the trans people look bad because it's actually proof that the trans people are so bad that even Nazis hate them, and that's the mindset you should look at it with. Yeah, these people have some serious cognitive dissonance. Or, in reality, they aren't honest about what actually drives their hatred. That's the vast majority of cases. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe, ring the bell icon, comment down below, follow my social medias linked down below in the description, and even consider supporting me financially through the means that you can also access through the description as well. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.